Good morning and welcome to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. As you can see, it's quite dark, 6:30 in the morning here in Charlotte, and we are flying down to, where are we going to? We're going to Orlando, Florida. This is going to be an interesting flight. It's going to be a fucked landing. This was planned long before any hurricane or cyclone was due to hit the coast. I only learnt about this a couple of days ago, so yeah, this could be pretty interesting. But the show must go on. I decided not to cancel this flight and figured let's just go ahead with it, see what happens. So we are flying in the Jetblue A321neo this morning. So a bit of a bigger aircraft. This one has a floating problem in the model of the aircraft, so we do have a very strong headwind. I'm just going to get the cam ready because I forgot to adjust it before I started the stream. That looks to be about right. See my tummy, but more importantly you can see the controls. And actually haven't even moved my light, just not organised at all. That might be a bit better. I did bump the camera. It is, where am I? I'm in Brisbane. It is 8:30 at night here in Brisbane on the east coast of Australia, where I am physically located. So it's a bit of a mad rush to get home from work and get this started up. But anyway, without any further ado, let's jump into the cockpit and we'll have a quick look at where we're going. Let's get a map up while we're there as well. 557 nautical miles from Charlotte down to Orlando, Florida. Arrival time of 11:45 UTC, so it's going to be about 7:45, closer to 8 o'clock in the morning Florida time, so we will have a bit of a sunrise if we are above the weather. We will of course drop down into the weather, and it's going to be a bit of a fun ride. I've tried to keep this route sort of off the coast, but as you can see on this map as I'm dragging down, it is fairly coastal, and of course coming into the Florida Peninsula, you've got no choice unless you come right down the centre, which you can't because you need to be offset to come into Orlando, which is right here. So we're coming in, we head south, and we'll come in via Tramp, and we'll be on the ILS to runway 36 right. So we have got a headwind. If I bring up the Metar, I can even show you. Oh, I can't bring up the Metar because it has decided to just fail on me. Let's try that again. Far out, just not organised whatsoever. We'll get rid of the Metar frame for now. Wow. Usually this just works, but tonight doesn't seem to want to. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. It's not in the frame. Why are we not in the frame? What's going on? What is going on here? Oh, I know exactly what's going on. I have changed screens, and it's a bigger screen, so it looks a bit weird. Can I just use the right buttons and resize it? That'll do. I'll fix that up after the stream. You can see it's all there. Anyway, that is Charlotte, so it's pretty tame. But we move into Orlando, and holy shit nuggets. So 31 to 49 knot wind, which is actually lower than I thought. But it is going to be a direct headwind on landing. Let's hope that stays like that if I go to the correct runway. There we go, coming on 36 right. Overcast down to 2,400 feet, broken at 1,700 feet, and broken again at 1,000 feet. Hopefully there is no cloud below 1,000, so we have that nice view off the runway as we come in. To try and keep the aircraft aligned, but otherwise it's going to be pretty messy, that is guaranteed. But enough jibber jabbing, let's get into it. If I can get my buttons right. I've been flying the 737 MAX 8 by Braddock 3D, which, for lack of a better word, is a piece of shit. But I've managed to actually get it flying properly. So that is coming up in a stream. I'll be flying a Southwest flight. I think I'm just doing San Francisco down to LAX. Just a quick short flight. I don't want to do too much on the stream with the aircraft because it is very unpredictable. Also, I am still having the Turtlebeach issue where my lights randomly turn themselves on and off, as does the parking brake. In the 737, the landing gear was going up on its own a lot when I was coming for landing. This one was doing the same, but it seems to be better. Anywho, so I've already called for our clearance, so we will we'll get our beacon light on. It is dark, so we'll go nav lights and logo now. Batteries can come on. Oh, and the strobe. I forget I'm in the Airbus. The strobe can go on to auto. The Boeing doesn't have auto, so you turn it on when you're at the runway. Oh, battery's already on. Master APU switch can come on, and we'll wait just a couple of seconds. 2, 3, that'll about do, and we'll start the APU. So it's pretty dark, you can't really see much. It's not a handcrafted airport, and I can see my jetway has randomly just moved back on its own. It still thinks it's connected. Let's just leave it there. I'm beyond caring at this stage with the glitches in this game. I'm actually surprised I've not crashed a desktop yet. It might happen. There's just no guarantees. Anyway, APU started up, so seatbelts can come on. We better get the APU bleed on so don't suffocate those passengers. External power can come on, and we will disconnect the jetway. Have I got the right menu in place? Yeah, I have. Actually, that's a miracle. Disconnect the jetway. You won't be able to see much movement because it is pretty dark on the screen. And we will get that tug into pushback as well. While we're doing that, we'll get the all the fuel pumps turned on. And we will put the engine into, engine mode, ignition start, and turn the park brake off. Up and go to the right view. Sorry for moving the camera around so erratically. So we'll be pushing back, tail to the left. It's the only way we can go. It's a bit of a dead end otherwise. There we go. We'll wait till we get closer to the yellow line. It's probably hard to see on your screens, but I can see it okay on mine. And we will start our turn about now. While we're turning, let's get engine number 1 started. I have to say, since flying the 737, the Airbus is so much easier. It's just, everything makes sense. The Boeing, just because I've predominantly flown Airbus in the sim, Boeing makes no sense at all, but I am enjoying it. I'll probably push back a little bit too late, but that's okay. I can't remember where we're taxiing. I might turn on the taxi ribbon briefly, just to get my bearings. But that's about our pushback there. So get the park brake back on. Oh, AI radio comms need to come on also, so I don't have to worry about that. Where are we at? Coming up to power. Okay, so engine number 1 can come on. We should get our hydraulic pumps pressurizing. And I've noticed the frame rate is a little bit laggy. Let's hope we don't have a crash to desktop. I probably should stop saying that because I'm probably just going to jinx it. Hydraulics are pressurized, so we can go flaps. Will be flaps to 1. We'll get the spoilers now as well. And just wait for the rest of that engine to come up. I'm actually going to turn my taxi lights on. Oops, which one is that one? And I want to see where our taxi line is. Okay, so it's over there to the right. And I should see... Holy shit. Cross Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'd say the taxi ribbon's going to be coming on a couple of times in our taxi. I'm still getting used to reading the signs. See, I'm not a pilot, so it doesn't come naturally to me. Right, engines are up and steady, so let's get APU off. Taxi lights already on, seatbelts are on, everything's on. Oh, unroll our landing lights ready for takeoff. And we better get rid of that parking brake. Everything else looks fine. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm not. Okay, let's go to it. Oh yeah, I'm in the Airbus, not the Boeing. Got to give it a bit more power. I have not flown an Airbus this week other than the live stream I did on Sunday morning, so feeling a little bit rusty. That's alright. I thought I dropped down the power a bit too much. Did I? Yeah, it did meant to go there. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just not used to the Airbus. So we're taking from 3.6 centre. So almost 10 knot headwind, blowing down towards 3.6 centre. Might just drop the power a little bit. It seems to be over speeding on the taxiways. That's the other thing too. These models of Airbus in the sim sort of taxi anywhere between 33 and 38% engine thrust to keep moving. The Boeing, it's like 28 to 30. So a huge difference in the model. Same engines, they're both, oh actually no they're not. The Boeing 737 uses the LEAP I think, whereas I'm predominantly flying the Pratt & Whitney because the LEAP engines in the Airbus is a shithouse. Okay, I'm going to turn the ribbon on. I just have no idea where I'm going. Alrighty. And the other thing I'm just not used to is disengaging the auto thrust on landing in the Boeing. Let's try to figure out. So I disengage it too early, and of course the thrust is too high, and I keep wondering, why am I climbing? Why does my nose keep coming up and just not really getting it? So finally figured it out. Oh yeah, you have to turn the auto thrust off as you're landing, not at 1,000 feet. I mean, I suppose you could at 1,000 feet and just manually adjust the thrust, but I'm not quite there yet. What the hell just happened? Oh my god. Okay. So my yoke just did this in the last string too, where my yoke just powers itself off and back on again. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was weird. God, it's not one thing, it's the other with this yoke. I raved about this Turtlebeach yoke and it's actually turning out to be a piece of shit. I've lost my my clock on the screen. I bet everything looks fine. Disarm my spoilers. Far out. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's run my 5. There should be no one coming in on that one. No, there's not. Let's just cross it anyway. Oh god, frame rate dropping. Ugh. Still don't know where I'm going. Oh my god, all the way up there. Where am I going? Okay, so that's 36C up there. American Airlines 1333 to our left. Actually, one thing I've noticed with with Sim Update 10, I've been on the beta because I'm an Xbox user and I wanted to send all the crash to desktop data to Microsoft and get them to sort their shit out. They're saying it's a memory issue. mean, maybe if they put more memory in the Xbox Series X and not a random weird 16 gigs of memory, 10 of which are accelerated and 6 are not. But anyway, yes, I was on the Sim Update 10 beta program, and the first couple of patches, I just went back to Sim Update 9 because it was terrible. But then I gave it another shot and it came right. But since the final release of Sim Update 10's come out, I have noticed that if someone's flying in a 747, or they've spawned in, I can see that aircraft and the livery. It doesn't come up as a generic. Same with the other aircraft I have. If they've got an A321, it looks like an A320, but I'm not seeing as many generic aircraft as I was, which is really, really nice. I understand that you can't see every aircraft as they should be because the processing power will be absolutely ridiculous. But it is good to see a little bit more realism. Okay, so we have got another aircraft coming in. I think they're a fair distance away, so we will keep going and get our takeoff clearance. So I taxi in at 19 knots, it's a little bit too quick for this corner. God, you can't half tell that I've been flying in a different aircraft. Just not used to the handling of this. Let's see if I tip the wings on takeoff. Okay, is it going to let me go, or are they going to... Ready for departure, 3022, wind 028 at 10. That's pretty close to what it is on the live Metar. And yeah, they're quite a wee way away. So we'll put our taxi lights on. Better put the auto brake to max. Let's not overpower onto the runway. Where is our... Oh, they're miles away. So 174 is V2. I think 171 is VR. Is that a beautiful lineup? Not bad. Okay, so push the nose in a little bit. We'll get it at 50% power. So we are clear for takeoff. That's close enough, and then we'll go up to flex. There we go, rolling. A little bit of left rudder for this one. Yeah, it is going to tip, and I forget which way it tips. I think into the wind. There's passing 100, so we'll release the nose. God. Don't tip, don't tip. 160. There we go, and rotate. Probably a little bit late on the rotate. Positive rate gear coming up, and we have oversped, so we're going to lose that flap straight away. And we're not going to climb at 5,000 feet per minute. Let's just drop the nose down to about 35. We've gone too far. Keep it coming up. Not a bad take. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks really good. Lever into climb. And let's get the autopilot on now. Oh, look, it barely moved. As soon as the autopilot come on, I was happy with that, and then we went straight into the left bank. Yep, that is a sign of a not bad takeoff. Let's drop some light here. It's a bit bright on the old displays. And we can slow the speed brake. Didn't quite line up the notches. There we go, that's better. And we'll see if ATC is talking to us. It should be. Climbing 12,000, QH3022. Excellent. Nothing much has changed. So this first part of the flight's going to be fairly uneventful, but as we get closer and closer down into Florida, it's going to get rough, I imagine. Actually, another thing to note about the 737 MAX, they have the not PMDG, Jesus, I wish I had the PMDG, the Bredok 3D. Its climb rate is absolutely insane. It is just such a good climber. Up there at 5,500 feet per minute, and it barely drops below 3,000 feet per minute all the way up to cruise altitude. Anyway, we have passed 10,000, so landing lights can come off. Just checking. I just feel like I've forgotten something. Maybe I haven't. Oh, and the gorgeous, giant, big displays in the 737, just a lot nicer than these little ones here. Much easier to read, but the dashboard's quite tall. The windows are a lot shorter than the Airbus, but it has beautiful big displays, the nav displays, etc. So we were climbing 12,000, weren't we? And so now flight level 200. I'm going to set the clock while I'm here, so it'll be 10. Oh, I just missed it. 10:53. We'll wait for that to 0. So I'll keep an eye on the weather in Orlando throughout the flight. See, it's not going to taper off. In fact, you can see in the distance, like, just all that cloud over there, right down to there. So it is absolutely hammering the east coast of the USA right now. Okay, clock is synced. Excellent. So as we get closer to Florida 2, I'll keep an eye on the controls, obviously, because I reckon it's going to be rough enough for it to throw off our automatic pilot. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. I'll limit brakes to 5 minutes only. Okay, 18,000 feet, so zero the QH down to standard to 9.92. And climbing up to 200. Oops, what'd that say? 300. So cruise altitude is flight level 360 today. So this is taking us up to 300. Like I said earlier, this part is going to be a little bit boring until we get into Florida, where it's going to be just absolutely epic, I think. Be interesting to see how they've modelled that in the sim. Have a quick look at Metar for Orlando. So the wind is shifting around a bit, but still 31 to 49 knot gusts. And that cloud still down to 1,000, broken at 1,000 feet, overcast at 2,400 feet. The cloud is not concerning me whatsoever. It is the the crazy light rain and mist. Sorry, not the crazy light rain, just the light rain and the mist with that up to 50 knot wind is just going to be a little bit crazy. probably going to miss out on a gorgeous sunrise because of all the cloud as we come down into Florida. Well, we might see some of it. My absolute favourite is flying to JFK in a sunrise. Oh, it looks so nice. Oh, I probably should mention too, they had 2 additions to the fleet this week, last weekend. So Latin VFR released their A321neo, which they actually broke the news about it a couple of days before they released it. So a few of the other YouTube channels did announce it, so that got me a little bit excited. And I have been flying around in it. It's not bad. It's modelled nicely. When I say not bad, this is for Xbox, not PC. The PC users sort of slammed it a little bit, but it's perfect for Xbox. I love seeing these aircraft coming in for the Xbox users because we don't have many options. We can't install any of the freebies that you install from third-party websites, etc. It is an absolute sandbox. Everything must go through the marketplace. So it is nice to have some variety. Let's see if it's going to take us up to 3. Yep, there we go. So climb maintain 360. So it's taking us up to cruising altitude. But yeah, so I have been flying around that, so they will be streaming that in the next week or so as well. There'll be a British Airways flight going from I think I go from Edinburgh to Gatwick in that one. And that will be a Thursday night my time flight, so same time as this one in a couple of weeks. And tonight's flight is the last one for September. So that means I will be, tomorrow I will be crazily editing all the landings I've had in these last few streams and putting that as a video onto the YouTube channel. God, I couldn't get the words out. So that will be coming up. I'd like to say I want to finish it tomorrow. I doubt that I will. Because I also want to get some hours in the Max 8 and just really get that, like, sort of hone the flying of that one. I mean, I'm going to talk about the 737 a lot in the stream, but it lands really nicely once you get it all sorted. So I really want to perfect that a little bit more. But yeah, but anyway, watch the channel for that video coming out soon. So I'm going to start doing that every month, just a compilation of all the landings and from the streams that month, because they have been absolutely terrible on stream so far, which is interesting because when I don't stream, it's generally fine. But for some reason on stream, I don't know what I do. Concentration lapsing or whatever, and I've bounced it, I've hard landed it, I've almost had runway excursions. It's been quite comically entertaining, I think. So that's going to be the videos. The takeoffs are pretty boring. Like we're just about completed one now, and it's pretty uneventful. I have to say, Latin VFR have modelled the A321 really nicely. The A319 is it's a bit clunky. If you go in too close, it's a bit sort of square where it should be round. But the 21's come a long way since they first released that, and the flight model is definitely improved. And actually, the 319 flight model is quite nice. It's not bad. You definitely feel the difference between this and the 19 being the shorter fuselage. And I can't compare it to the Asobo 320 because I just feel like it's not modelled that great, and I feel like they could have done better. It would be nice to have the Phoenix or even the fly-by-wire 320s, but again, Xbox user, I can't get them. I have been looking at building a PC. That's a little while off yet. Anyway, we're pretty much at cruising altitude, and our park brake just turned itself on, which means all my lights have probably gone up the fuck. Strobe should be on auto. Or was that on? Oh no, auto, off, auto. It's turned, oh yeah, it's turned my beacon lights off. It's turned my nav lights off as well. We can turn the seatbelts off while we're up here. And it hasn't armed my spoilers though, which is interesting. So I'm going to be putting up with that glitch probably for this entire flight. And hopefully it doesn't retract my landing gear as I am coming into land, because that would be annoying. So see if we've got an estimated time of arrival, 11:56 on the UTC, so another 55 minutes and we should be coming into Florida. If when I come down to land I balls it up, I'm going to do a go around for the first time in the stream. I think I should have done 3 or 4 go arounds, but I've been ignoring ATC and just landing anyway. And I'm pretty sure I landed right through another player on the runway. But anyway, yeah, if there's any chance that this is going to be a shitty landing, I will do a go around and have another go. I put over 7 tonne of fuel in the bird before we took off, so I've got plenty of fuel. We're down to just under 6.5 now. So plenty of fuel for doing go arounds and possibly an alternative airport, which I've never ever done before. But we will see. Try and avoid alternative airports. We've got that sun coming up. Oh, we can't see it. It's way over there. But that looks just gorgeous. Anyway, as we are at cruising altitude, I'm going to chuck on the Be Right Back slide just for 5 minutes, and well, I'll be right back. And I am back with you. Let's lose that music. That music is just license-free crappy music from YouTube. That's why it sounds terrible. Because I don't want to pay license fees for this at all. But anyway, wow, that sunset's really coming up. Oh, look at that. That looks gorgeous. Let's get a better view. Oh, that's not really a better view. Okay, we'll stick with the side window. That looks really nice. Actually, with Sim Update 10, I have noticed the weather just looks a little bit more real. The clouds and whatnot, I suppose. Oh, and Oliver Smith, hello to you too. I think you're the only one watching live, man. Because I've got the stream going in another window, so that's why it says 2 watching now. But you're the only other one on. But thank you for joining. I'm not sure if you're watching from the start, but it's only a quick flight tonight, about an hour. And we have got 11:57, so about 50 minutes left until we attempt to land in Florida with the hurricane going right now. Actually, while I'm talking about people watching, glad I found your stream. Just started watching as of right now. Thank you very much. I've only been doing this for a couple of weeks on YouTube after coming over from Twitch, which is just the crappiest platform. Lots of stream dropouts. I'm not sure if my audio sounds okay. I assume it does, but it was really shitty on Twitch. So here I am on YouTube. 2 or 3 weeks in, 6 subscribers, going strong. That looks really nice. And Oliver, just out of curiosity, where are you watching from? Which country are you in? You're from LA, it's 4 AM, dude. You are dedicated to the stream. I appreciate having you on. I'm in East Coast Australia, and it's 10 past 9 at night. And of course, flying on the East Coast of USA, where it is, it must be, 10 past 7 in the morning, East Coast USA time. Since you're new to the stream, I'll just let you know, I only fly live weather, live time from the origin and destinations I'm flying at, and I don't adjust the weather. Whatever the weather is on that day, that's what it is in the stream. Because I just want to try and make it as real as possible. But you'll see me do a crappy landing. I've had some pretty shitty landings in clear weather, so in a hurricane, just really not sure. But I will be flying into into LAX in a couple of weeks in the 737, so keep an eye out for that one. They'll be flying in Southwest, so I'm pretty sure it won't matter if it's a shitty landing because their tickets are not expensive. Oh sweet, you're on the Xbox as well. Do you fly in Flight Sim as well? Or just other games? How am I streaming from the Xbox? I'm running through a PC. I've got a capture card because you can't stream direct from Xbox to YouTube, I don't think. Well, you might be able to, but it's not great. So you've got a capture card running through a desktop PC, and then you're using OBS Studio. Oh, nice. You play flight sim as well. Out of curiosity, man, do you use the controller or do you have a yoke or joystick at all? Only asked because I tried with the controller for about 10 minutes and it was awful. I couldn't do it. So I went and bought the Yoke and Quadrant setup for it. Even though I'm flying Airbus with a yoke, it's a bit wrong, but never mind. I'm not buying a separate side stick just for the Airbus. Oh, you play on Xbox One S with the controller. Holy crap, so you're playing on the cloud. I mean, you've probably got 10 times better internet than I do. We've got really shitty internet in Australia. I don't know, I think it's just because our government's useless at putting infrastructure in. I haven't been able to play on the cloud, so I got an Xbox Series X just so I could play Flight Sim natively on the console. And with a controller too, dude, you must have much better dexterity than me. I just can't. I struggle with the controller with Flight Sim. Forza, no problem, but with Flight Sim, yeah, no, it just wasn't going to happen. I'm just going to check ATC, see if they're saying anything to us. See if there's anyone else in the area as well. Okay, so we must have crossed over Jacksonville Centre. Let's have a look and see who's around. Oh, there's a few. Don't know how far south we can see. Oh, there's one there. Can't see any traffic down south yet. We're not close enough. There's a few aircraft dotted around. And you say that you play with the controller. I do have the controller attached, which is, if I get it on cam right there, I only use that for camera movement. I don't actually use it to control the aircraft at all. I had removed all the bindings to the buttons, but when I had a massive system crash and had to reload the game, all the bindings come back and I haven't fixed it up yet. So if I do hit like the D-pad, it adjusts my flaps. I've got to watch that I don't hit those mid-flight. Might do a weather update. I've just refreshed Orlando's weather, which I'll bring up on screen, and the wind has dropped, well, sort of dropped. It was 31 to 49, now it's 34 to 46 knots. 22.2 degrees Celsius, light rain and mist is still there. So pretty much the same conditions, just that wind has dropped just slightly, which is nice, but I don't think it's going to really change much. It's going to be a shit fight of a landing. just brighten these gauges up a little bit, because otherwise you can't see them in the stream. That's a little bit better. So just coming up to 240, maybe 250 miles away from turn onto approach. So a little bit longer to go yet. 12:11. Okay, so our ETA has changed now. 12:11. So we have still 50 minutes to go, and we have got a 56 knot headwind coming straight at us almost. So that is holding us back just a little bit. Still maintaining Mach 0.78. Wow, that weather just changed. That the sunlight just dramatically changed on that camera. When I changed cameras. There's a runway beneath us. What airport is that? Oh, it's Air Force. Haven't got the longest runways for an Air Force base though. I assume that's what AAF means. I might be wrong. It probably might not be Air Force. I don't know. In Australia, AAF, or like RAAF, Royal Australian Air Force. I assume AAF is not American Air Force, because it'll be USAF. Is it just airfield? I don't know. Could not land an A321 there. It's a little bit too short. Oops, I just bumped my camera. So this is the boring cruise part of the flight where I'm just going to keep an eye on everything. Hope that the Turtlebeach quad doesn't activate any more buttons again. It will. I know it will. This would be just about one of the first times I've flown across the States in the sim, and I haven't had aircraft near me. Usually I would have had 3 or 4 all around me, especially over on the East Coast, but not today. ATC is very quiet. So just as a note, if you are watching this live or on the replay, like I said earlier, I only fly live with a live time. So if you want to spawn into an airport I'm flying from on the stream, just check out the schedule. The next flight, I can't remember where I'm flying to, the next one, but I will show at the end of the stream, and I will chuck that up onto the schedule as well. Feel free to spawn in. Chuck me a message to ask what route I'm taking, because it depends on the weather of the day. I don't pre-plan that at all. I can give you the coordinates, and you can fly alongside, behind, or hand fly the same route if you want to. Generally only flying airliners, so the A319, 2021, and of course the 737 MAX 8 at this stage. When the Airbus A310 is released, we'll be flying that. And when the PMDG 737NG series finally comes to Xbox, I believe PMDG are still working out some issues with the marketplace and also the physics in the Xbox before they release it. But they have promised that it is coming. I'll be flying that as well. I don't fly the 747 that comes with Flight Sim, because it's an absolute piece of shit. Just a piece of junk to fly. It could be me, but I don't like it. So I won't be flying that. I don't have the 787-10. I don't have the deluxe version. I'm going to hold out until I move over to PC for that. Having said that, I'm going to try and stay true to Xbox as much as I can. Just haven't been having a great time with the game being very stable, so we shall see. But as airliners become available in the sim, I'll be adding them and flying them as well. Well, I have got the ERJ 190 and 195. Waste of money, don't buy them, pieces of crap. There's no sound inside the cabin, so right now I can hear the engines in the cabin, in the flight deck. You can't hear them in the ERJ. Is ERJ or the Embraer? I forget what it is. But it's a piece of garbage. Don't waste your money on it. So we're really getting into some cloud cover now. Oh yeah, that's ceiling above us. Might have a quick look at the Windy app, see what is going on. I mean, I can guess it's going to be pretty violent. Where are you, USA? No, you are there. Oh, actually, it's not. Oh, okay. I was going to say it's not bad, but it's not great. So you can see that hurricane is just right over Orlando where we're going, just off to the side. So as we come down, because we'll come down over Gainesville, Ocala, and I think circle around Lakeland down here, and then up into Orlando. And you can see, so we'll have a tailwind as we I can't put a mouse cursor on there to show you, but we have a tailwind as we come down and around, and then back up into Orlando where it'll be a headwind, only just a headwind as it circles off that hurricane. Looks like Titusville are right in the eye of that storm, so it's going to be interesting. Actually, I didn't realise it gave me, oh look at that, I hardly use this app. Ah, that's cool. Can I get, yes, it's saying 26 knots there. Metar is saying up to 49. So it's going to be interesting. And of course the pressure is low as all hell. So QNH out of Charlotte was, oh, I'll tell you actually, because I've still got it on here. I think it was 30.22, so quite high pressure. Coming into Orlando, very, very low pressure, 29.31, so it is just plummets. So it's not going to be fun at all. Well, I mean, it will be fun, but maybe not for the passengers. That headwind has dropped though. It was 56 knots, now it's 42, 43. Of course, that will turn around and become a tailwind briefly before we turn into Orlando for a headwind landing. Now, I am going to rely on the ILS really heavily for this landing, probably right down to 400 feet before I disengage the autopilot, just because it's going to throw me around like a cork in the ocean. I just know it. Visibility is dropping big time as well. Can we still see the ground? No, we cannot. Of course we can't. Idiot. Don't know why I assumed we would. So it's pretty calm where we are now. I haven't had too many bumps or shakes, but that's all going to change. Just checking that my lights are all still fine. They are. And our spoilers are still disarmed. Yeah, they are. Brakes still off. Excellent. So coming close to 160 away from our turn to descent, sorry, turn to approach. So it shouldn't be too far. I'm just going to check the ETA again. 12:10, so we've gained we've gained a minute, which is nice. It's another 41 minutes, and we should be on the ground. I say should be because there's no guarantees. I've smashed through an iced coffee already tonight. I'm going to be awake for hours, I think. Sorry, someone just trying to message me while I'm streaming. They should know better than that. Oh, we can adjust our nav display down to 160 miles now. We've got about, actually I'll put it back to 320. We've got about a think it's about a 30 mile approach there, so it's going to be a fairly late slowdown and then descent. So Sim likes to do it at around 120 miles away, so that turn will probably come down, I think, to about 50 before we start descending. No, that's not right. That math is way out. Probably down to 80, I should say. Yeah, so once the that turn comes down to 80 miles away, we should start a descent, maybe a little earlier. The fuel burn seems to be pretty good. Definitely not accurate to real life. I had 7 tonne in there, and now I've got 5.3 tonne. Should really burn 3 tonne in the first hour. And we've been airborne for just under an hour, so yeah, the fuel burn in this aircraft model was not accurate, which is fine. I'm fine with it because I just calculate it on how the model in the sim burns it, not in real life. Well, that cloud cleared a little bit, briefly. We're in a bit of a pocket. Actually, while we're out here, we'll see who else is around. Oh, there's a few. Probably can't see them, no. Definitely can't see them through the cloud. Oh wow, so we're already slowing down to 242 knots, and we are quite a distance away. That's interesting. Definitely hasn't asked us to descend yet. I'm just going to turn off the ATC, and we'll revisit that every now and then and see when it's going to get us to descend. We've still got plenty of distance between us and Orlando. So I'm going to calculate that as about 150, 160, maybe 170 miles away. If it does ask us to descend early, I will take her down. Frontier Flight 810 Heavy. I don't think any Frontier flight can have Heavy on their call sign, but I do see that a lot on the sim. People must be flying the Heavy birds as Frontier. Of course, I've never flown Frontier before because I've never been to the USA. But from what I understand, it's sort of the Ryanair no, sorry, it's like the EasyJet of the USA. Southwest being the Ryanair of the USA. I could be wrong, I don't know. And speaking of Ryanair, I will be doing some Ryanair flights and the 737 MAX coming up as well, because why not? I mean, the largest 737 operator in Europe, and I have the livery, so Makes sense. A little bit shaky up here now, so we should start getting some turbulence fairly soon. Let's see, how far down the peninsula are we? Yeah, I'm just going to check windy and see where we are in relation to the storm. So we are, where are we? We are up here. Oh, we're quite a wee way up, okay. So is that Gainesville? No, that's just a waypoint. Where are we? Oh yes, we're coming up to Gainesville. Just here, so we must be sitting just somewhere between Alachua and Waldo. So we should have a tailwind. Why have we got a headwind? Interesting. This windy app, this is live weather, I think. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, no, it wasn't live weather. Anyway, never mind. Okay, OBS just disconnected and then reconnected. So hopefully the stream didn't drop. We'll find out. Okay, so sweet, we're still streaming. Thank God. I just got a message on the PC saying OBS disconnected. Oh, I'm an idiot. It disconnected from the app on my phone. Never mind, I'm just being a moron. Let's check ATC. No, it was still no descent yet. Amazing blue sky up there for being near this close to a hurricane. Oh, there's someone else. Whoa, it's the first person we've seen. I wonder if are they all heading to Orlando? Crazy mofos. I am going to put the seatbelt sign on as a precaution though. Should start a descent fairly soon, I imagine. Just waiting for it to come up. I'm going to leave the ATC window open because I don't really want to miss the descent because we're going to have a strong headwind coming in. It's likely chance that it's going to be hard to get that nose down. Actually, it could be a while before we're descending because that approach after turn is a lot longer than I thought. Okay, we can get rid of ATC for another few miles. While we are waiting, there has been a weather update. I'll just show you this. So it is now 39 to 58 knot winds. Still rain and mist, 22.2 degrees centigrade. And it's not a headwind anymore, it is slightly off to the left side of the aircraft as we come in on 36 right. IFR runway visual range, so it has to be instrument flight rules as we come in. There is someone going in front of us right now. You crazy son of a bitch. Oh yeah, I lost you. There you are. Yeah, but back to the weather. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit insane. At least that broken cloud's down to 1,300 feet now and not 1,000, so we have a little bit more visibility as we come in below the ceiling. But I'm concerned about that 58 knot, well 39 to 58 knot gusting wind, and it's no longer a direct headwind. So as I said at the start, this is going to be one hell of a landing. I suppose I can reduce the nav display down to 80 now. And the Turtlebeach controller glitch strikes again. Park brake has just come on. All my lights have just gone up the fuck. Let's turn the beacon back on. Oh, the logo stayed on. It turned on my landing lights too. We don't need those just yet. Jesus Christ, it's so frustrating. Still haven't contacted Turtlebeach about this issue. Yeah, and it armed my spoiler and turned my... Oh no, we want the park brake off. That was correct. It's only since I did the firmware update to get the SIP working, which I was just pointing at. But it does have issues, like if I move this, if you can see on the webcam, you'll see where I'm pointing, you can see a flashing orange light. That is giving me a fuel fuel low warning, because I've only put enough fuel in for the flight and a alternative airport, as you would. But the Turtlebeach controller seems to think that it's too low, probably because it's below 50% fuel. But as I've said in streams before, airlines do not fly with full tanks if they are just doing short flights, because more fuel means more weight means higher fuel burn means more money. So they don't fly with full tanks at all. The long haul big birds, they definitely do, but if it's a narrow body doing a short haul route like we are, then yeah, definitely they do not have full tanks. And if you do play the sim, and if you do fly in the sim, and you have unlimited fuel turned on, you'll just have constant 50%. I don't know if that affects the handling at all. I didn't really notice it when I went from using unlimited fuel to actually calculating fuel, but it's probably because I adjust the center weight as well to compensate for the lower fuel. So maybe it does. There is a difference that I haven't noticed because of that. So we're being thrown around just a little bit. Oh, it's Spirit Wings 1005 below us. So just want to see the wing flex on this model, because I haven't really had a chance. Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I was expecting less. Oh, look at that. That's great. The other side. Oh, nice. Oh, that's brilliant. That was one thing they'd had in a recent update, was adjustment to the wing flex. And no, it's looking good. I think LVFR do a nice job on these aircraft. I've heard people slam them and say, oh, why would I pay for that when it's just got the A320 modelled cockpit? I mean, well, it has. Yeah, they have recycled it from the Asobo, but I don't care. It's a different aircraft that I can fly. It handles differently. It sounds much better than the Asobo A320. I've actually got a Bredek 3D sound pack for the A320, but it only gives me a couple of liveries. The Asobo sound is just... I know it comes free with the game, but it's just disappointing. I think they could have done a much better job on that. That just, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're flying a 180 seat passenger airliner. It sounds awful. I think the Bredek 3D sound pack, I think that is actually an A320 200 or CO, because that's what it sounds like. I haven't been in a Neo to know exactly what it sounds like in real life, but I've been in the COs and that's exactly what their sound profile is like. But I'll take it. I'm happy with it. It's fine. Makes it just a little more immersive when you're playing the game. Interesting, we haven't been told to descend as of yet. I thought we would. Where are we at? So 80-30, what's that, 110? Oh yeah, we will get a descent. We will get instruction to descend, so there it is. Whoops. So down to flight level 280. And I'm going to do that at 2,200 feet per minute to start with, once it settles into its descent. which it's not. Oh, there we go. It's going down now. Okay, so do initial descent at 2,200 feet per minute in the A321, get us down a little bit lower than we need to be. It just makes it easier for coming in because this plane loves to be in the air. It floats just a little bit. Of course, I've already got the seatbelt signs are on and staying on for the remainder of this flight. So you'll see that it will, because we're descending at 2,200 feet, it will raise our speed just a little bit, but that'll settle in a couple of thousand feet down. If we were to go down at 2,500 feet per minute, it's just way too quick of a descent, and it will overspeed us. So yeah, as you can see over here, the engines are idling at 25%. They don't go that much lower than that in flight, so that's why the speed would raise. Well, I can get rid of ATC until we're down to 280. I feel like one thing Microsoft could have done with the Xbox Series X is they could have had a secondary HDMI port, even if it was just 1080p for a second monitor, so I could have the ATC on a different screen and not have it covering up my my windows. It would be just so much better. I think they could have put a second HDMI port on the box, but they didn't. But considering it's about a fifth the price of a gaming PC, a decent gaming PC, I'm not going to complain too much about it. Pretty happy with the Series X so far. I've had people say to me, why don't you get a PS5? Yeah, I'm not buying Sony's crap. Will not have Sony shit in my house. Sorry if you Sony lovers out there. Not a fan. Don't know why I turned ATC back on, but we'll leave it on. Okay, coming down to 280, so I'll see how far we are away now. What are we at? Just under 80, which is good. We want to be at about flight level 260 when you're 80 miles away. So descending at 2200 feet per minute was a good decision, I think. We're going to go down to 230, I'll do it at 1800 feet per minute down. So it looks like our final approach is 15 miles long, looking at the nav display. So by the time our final turn comes down to the 60 mile mark, we want to be at around 250 maximum, I think. Which we definitely will make it at this descent rate. Look at, oh Jesus, look at that. Oh no, it's broken cloud there, that's fine. But I'm looking over here where we're going and that looks rough. That is not going to be fun. I mean, it is going to be fun, but you know what I mean. So just refresh the weather. Not much of a change at all. Still up to 58 knots as we come in, which is possibly the highest wind I've ever attempted to land in. That broken cloud ceiling 1,300 feet, so it, at least the cloud's cleared just a little bit. It's lifted up just slightly. Actually, also, while I do have this Metar up, this is live Metar data in the real world, but it correlates really nicely with flight sim when you're flying live weather. This is an app on the iPad. As you can see, it's live, like I'm streaming my iPad to the stream as well. This app, you can get it from the iOS App Store. I think it's also on Android. It's not free though. There is a small fee, a one-off fee, but it's been worth every cent. I use it even when I'm flying offline, not on stream. Gives you your barometer settings, the winds, weather, everything. It's really handy. Essentially, it's ATIS in visual form. You don't have to get the ATIS information and wait for that to scroll across the ATC window when you are setting up a flight. Okay, so descend and maintain 11,000 feet. So we will do that. We'll continue doing that at minus 1,800. No, we're going to go down to 2,000 feet per minute just for a little bit. So we want to be 11,000 feet around 31, 32 miles away, no, 33 miles away from the airport. So actually, I can afford to go down. No, we'll leave it at 2,000 feet. See what happens after we get down to flight level 200. Of course, as we are in the 321, I do have two slowdown points. So I'm going to have to go down to 220 knots and then finally 200 knots before we put out the first notch of flaps. Otherwise, this goes into overspeed. This aircraft just does not want to slow down. So I don't rely on the flight computer for that. I do that manually in this one. The A320, you can do it with the flight computer, no problem. In fact, it will take you down to 210 knots before you need to start putting flaps out anyway, around 30 miles away from destination. So that one's all fine. The A319, I think it does the same. I can't remember. I've only flown it a couple of times. But this one, if you do fly it, you do need to put your speed down to 220 and then 200 before flap 1. That just makes it a little more stable. And of course, oh, fucking hell. Parking brake has come on again, and my lights have all gone. Yep, they've all messed up. That one's still fine. Taxi lights have come on for some reason. We'll just turn those off. And it has armed the spoiler. Oh, it didn't arm the spoiler, and it didn't turn the brakes on. I really need to get onto Turtlebeach to ask them why the firmware update's doing that. It's really annoying. Where are we at? 40... Whoa, yeah. Okay, no, we're doing fine. We're still 60 miles away. Looking at that. So 40, 15, 55. Probably could come down. I'm going to do 2,200 feet per minute down, just a little bit, just to get us down to 11,000. I'm going to change the QNH now because it is at 2934, so it's quite a difference to 2992 of what we were at. So it should drop us, our altitude down dramatically. we go, 2934. And again, the data in this Metar-TAF app, it says 2936 now. Let's change that. It's 2936. It is almost bang on to the QNH information in the game. And you can use it on iPhone, iPad, Android phone or tablet as well. Don't know if they have. I think they do have a website as well, but I mean, does anyone access websites not on a portable device anymore? No. Okay, once we're at 13,000 feet, I'm going to slow the descent down just a little bit. So Orlando is 96 feet above sea level. Count that as 0. It's close enough to being 0 feet above sea level-ish. So we're just coming a little bit too quick. I might just put out some speed brake just briefly, get us back down to 242 knots. Does not want to slow down. Come on. There we go. Probably will speed up again, but it's fine. My nav line's just disappeared. Is it going to come back? Yeah, it is. Cool. Sometimes this nav line disappears and then you'll start vectoring straight towards the your destination airport, which is an absolute pain in the ass. But you just, in the Airbus, you just manually change your heading and you'll get there. You do have to do a bit more in the with the manual controls and the autopilot as well, but it's fine. Okay, descend and maintain 5,000 feet. ILS runway 3, what? I thought I was coming into 36C. No, 36 right, okay. I've broken that all wrong. Oh, we took off from 38 centre, that's right. Never mind. Let's go down to 5,000, change that to 1,800 feet down. Hasn't given me a QNH yet, has it? No, it has not. It will. That is thick cloud to break through. Holy crap. Don't know why I sound surprised when I know I'm flying into a hurricane. Actually, it looks okay from up here. Apart from the cloud. There we go, there's a QNH 2953. Oh, so it's way off. I was just preaching about how good this app is and it's way off, never mind. Oh, actually no, because that's the Metar for the airport itself and we're not there yet. So I imagine that will drop down the closer we get. But it's more or less 10,000 feet, so let's get some landing lights on. I'm going to drop our speed down now as well. So let's get that down to 220. And I'll put that onto auto descend as well. And we are heading way off course. Why? I'm going to just put us back on course because we're heading further off course than I thought we were. Oops, wrong one. Okay, we are descending just a little bit too quick, so let's put that up to 1500 feet per minute. It looks like the metadata for the wind is about right, because it's saying 46 knots at 351. Meta is saying 340 at 32 to 42. So that could be fairly accurate. Okay, I'm going to slow us down to 200. Then I'm going to start putting the flaps out. One thing I didn't have on, I've got weather on, but I haven't got turbulence on. That probably could have helped. Okay, descend and maintain 4,000. I'm going to put flaps to 1, and we'll put that speed onto auto. And we'll descend at 1,200 feet per minute, not... That would have taken us down to about 2,000 feet per minute. Okay, we can go back onto auto nav, because it should take us around. We should just about pick up the ILS fairly soon. How far away are we? We over 20? I think I might be a little bit too high as an altitude. Oh no, under, oh you know, we're doing okay. 18 miles. Yeah, okay, we're doing fine. So I can put on the LS now and see, oh yeah, we are quite a bit higher than we would have liked, but we will make up for that now. I'm going to essentially push this diamond back up above the glide slope indicator, because I want to get this diamond, the horizontal diamond, over. Okay, so I might just descend us at 1,500 feet per minute, just to drop us down. Straight into the cloud. Interesting, weather is not showing up on the radar here. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There should be a shit ton of it on the radar, but there is not. Okay, that's 3,000, which we will continue descending down, even though we have, we could capture the glide slope if we want, but I want to wait until we can capture our locator. So I'll keep us going down at 1,500. Come on, line up. Oh, and we can go flaps to 2. Probably get an overspeed warning. Yep, knew I would. This is what it does, it's really annoying. Shut up. Okay, so we can capture the localizer there, and I'm going to go into landing view. I might just slow that descent down to 1,200 feet per minute for now. The wrong way. What am I flying, Airbus or Boeing? Everything's backwards in the Boeing compared to the Airbus, and vice versa. Alrighty, so let's just punch that in with 12 miles. We got 2939. I knew that would drop. I'm clear to land already, so we can get rid of ATC. We don't need that. Set that. We better set our auto brake to medium, and I'm going to arm the spoilers now as well. And my brakes are all good. Yes, my brakes are going to come on. Excellent. My lights have all just messed up again. Far out. So frustrating. Everything else is fine. Oh shit, I missed the glide slope. Let's get that down onto approach. Blame Turtlebeach for crashing my plane because they keep turning my lights on and off. That should pull us down to meet the glide slope anyway. What's our visibility? Oh yeah, we will have some. Yeah, we will have some visibility on landing. Here comes the rain. 2,500. It's 2,500, so we'll go flaps 3. And those spoilers are armed. Just going to double check. Brakes are still off. Landing lights are on. Beacons on. Strobes on. Nav lights. Seatbelts are on. We are good to go. So one more notch of flaps. We'll drop the gear at around just under 2,000 feet. Just coming up very rapidly. So we'll drop our gear now. There they go. Of course, my favourite thing off this animation is the doors going up at different speeds, as they do in real life. Runway's still not in sight. Wow. Oh, I can see the ground at least. And we do have a 35 knot headwind. Got to slow us down a little bit more and drop flaps to full. So our final landing speed of 153 knots. And like I said, I'm going to keep the ILS on until about 400 feet above the tarmac. I'll see our line up. Did I just see the runway? No, I didn't. I thought I saw a flash of runway lights. And since we're on approach, what I probably should do is set my go-around altitude be 5,000 feet. Just quick check off ATC again. Oh, there's thunder and lightning. 2939 is still our QNH. Okay, cool. Whoa, we're coming in a little bit low. But it will correct us. There's 1,000 feet. Oh, webcam's a bit laggy. Runway's still not in sight. This is... Oh, we've lost the ground. No, we haven't. There it is. I can see it. Our gear has gone up again. See, the landing gear just puts itself up. Far out. And my park brake's on. Yes, I know. Landing gear is coming down, don't worry. Runway's still not in sight. I don't know if I'm going to make this landing. I think I'm going to fuck it up. Yep, 500. I'm just going to check on my lights are still on. No, beacon's not on. Nav lights aren't on. Runway's still not in sight. There it is. Oh my god. Okay. AP has come off. Oh my god. Yep, I see it. Way off. Yeah, too low. Oh my god. Yeah, I know, I'm getting terrain warnings. Shut up.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, that was hard on the gear. Two in reverse, by the way. Slow down. There we go, down to 60. Wow. That was... We're just going to take this exit here. I have no idea where the terminal is. I am actually not unhappy with that landing. It was rough, but I knew it was going to be. Request taxi to parking. Easy Y cross runway 36 B6 B5. I need my ribbon. I have no idea where I am. Okay, we'll make a turn there. Yeah, not upset with that landing at all. Rough as guts, but considering we're landing in a hurricane, not bad. Probably will have to pull this into, parking brake just turned itself on again. And we're not even moving. Just check all my lights. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll just get this taxied out. Okay, let's do a bit of cleanup here. Turn some systems off that we don't need. I'm going to change the QNH up to 29902 since we're on the ground. Don't really need it for anything. Might as well put it back to standard. How fast are we going? 6 knots, not fast enough. We will also get the APU on. We'll get rid of those. Our beacon should be on. Seatbelt sign can stay on. That can turn off. Taxi light's just a taxi. We can turn terrain off as well. Oh, okay, so we did exit the runway on the wrong side. I thought we might have. That's okay. Oh, probably should start the APU. Definitely need that. So what did it say? It said... Oh, come on. Scroll that. B6, B5, what did that say? I cannot read that. Z, Y... Oh, okay, yep, that's... Actually, I think I did see the ribbon go down there anyway. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So that was Z. We want to move on to Y. We are hardly moving. Cross runway 36 right, which is what we are doing now, and then where do we go? Okay, make a left coming up. I'm using the ribbon because it's hard to read these signs, and I'm probably taxiing just a little bit too quickly as well. What gate are we going to? General aviation parking. I requested gate, but okay. Now we've got some Air France A320s. Not sure how Air France A320s get to Orlando, Florida, but sure. Is that our gate? Up there? Okay, cool. We can see our gate, so I know where we're going. Get rid of that. Oh, we just go over a pothole. Where is the line? Where's the line? Oh, it's around a bit more. We're slowing down again. God, the taxiing in this sim is just shithouse sometimes. I say after the white line, but you can't see it in cockpit view. Oh no, you can, it's right there. Ah. So that is our gate there. What speed are we doing? 5 knots apparently. Oh, where is it? Oh, way off. Come on, don't stop. Just get around the corner. Slowest taxi in the world. Come on. Oops, I meant to drop that down to 0. Oh, for crying out loud, just move. This is another thing that shits me about the sim, is just I got a taxi at 40% thrust and it's barely moving. And now it's picking up. I'm just going to blind the marshal. Sorry, dude. I'm just not going to turn off those taxi lights yet. Well, I can't even see anyway. There we go. Okay, so engines will power down. I'll get the taxi light off now, keep Marshall happy. Also turn off the nav and the beacon as well. Seatbelts will stay on, engine bleed can come off, but we will get the jetway connected. It's going to let me. Where are you? Is it? There we go. Request jetway connection. Gen 1, Gen 2, and the fuel pumps can come off as well. There is the jetway. Cool, it's more or less connected. Seatbelt sign off. We'll get external power on, and the APU can come off as well. And we'll get those batteries off. Welcome to beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. Not as rough as I thought it was going to be. It was a pretty heavy landing, but I actually thought I was going to be way off target and assumed I was going to have to do a go around. So pretty happy with that. Didn't kill anyone, which is great. And the 321 performed okay. It would have performed perfectly if it wasn't for the Turtlebeach Yoke turning systems on and off. But that is us. We are in Orlando, Florida. So thank you very much to watching along. Thank you to Oliver Smith for joining in the chat. As I said, pretty new to streaming on YouTube, so I haven't got a huge following just yet. So it is nice to have someone to chat with for a little bit. If you want to talk about, if you want to watch streams in future, this is to anyone. Feel free to subscribe if you wish, or keep an eye out on the channel for upcoming streams. The next one I will bring up information for that fairly soon. But I do stream twice a week, always live time, live weather, anywhere in the world. If you are a flight simmer, you can spawn in and join the fun, fly along if you want to. But the next stream is going to be, so we're flying from Bali, Indonesia to Jakarta. I don't have an Indonesian carrier livery, so we will be in the Indigo A321neo again. Then after that, it is the A319neo going from Edinburgh to Gatwick, or Gatwick to Edinburgh, I forget which, but I will put that up on the schedule sometime over the next couple of days as well. And also watch out for the compilation of all the landings I have made in September so far, considering today is the last stream of September. That is coming to the channel fairly soon. But again, thank you for watching. And watch out for future streams, and happy flying. We'll see you again soon.